Hello, everybody. This is Swati live from Los Angeles. It's 25th of August, 7 p.m. in my town here. We have been talking about self compassion, and believe me, we are going to talk about self compassion for a couple of days more. Partly because I really would like you to understand self compassion. It goes so much hand in hand with mindfulness. Not just that, I have personally benefited from self compassion so much, and I have had several people around me, my clients, as well as people from my family, where I know self compassion has been a very important idea to internalize. One thing is very clear: low self esteem is not good. Low self esteem can drive us into depression and anxiety. If we don't value ourselves, if we are not appropriately proud of whatever we are doing, or if we don't appropriately appreciate whatever we are just because we are, then no matter what happens, we will find ways to make us feel bad. So, what is the answer to that? How do you become confident? How do you try out new things? Sometimes take risks. When something bad happens, you don't just simply fall apart, but you can pick yourself up and you can still go run. Something called resilience. So, what we want is confidence and resilience. How do you get that? Now, we have talked about three different concepts: self criticism, self esteem, and self compassion. Self criticism, again, a lot of us have a critical person installed in our head. This person, everything we do, it's watching, and it will tell us what we have done bad. Even when we do something good, it's not satisfied. This critical person will tell us, but you could have done this better, or but how about that particular aspect? Self esteem. Now, high self esteem is something, especially in the US, in last few decades, there have been a movement to give kids and people high self esteem. In that process, what has happened is every little thing that kids do, they get a lot of praise for it. Now, this may be certain section of society. However, this has become very prevalent. But what happens with this idea is that everybody is supposed to be special and above average. But how is that possible? If you don't find yourself doing something special, you may not feel very good. Self esteem, by the way, is very important and it is a positive thing. It does allow people to take risks. But there are a couple of issues that come up with self esteem. One is, as I said before, that self esteem basically depends on other people's evaluation of us. It depends on some amount of superiority. You have to be special and above average. There is something intrinsic about that in self esteem. And as you know, that when you're depending upon feeling superior to others as a way to make yourself feel better or as a way to drive yourself to achieve things, in the long run, it's not going to work because somebody will be better or somebody will not, you will not be able to beat each and every person. And besides, what happens is sometimes you create destruction when you're driven by these kinds of things. I'll give you an example. Let's say you fall in a hole. Now you want to get out of that hole, and let's say you have a friend. There are few types of friends. One type of a friend will pick you up, will try to pick you up from the hole, will help you, but at the same time will tell you, look, I told you so, or you shouldn't have done this right. Just remember, you shouldn't have taken this path. And if you did, you should be looking here. And you always do that, and you are never paying attention. Self criticism. That's the person in your head that's telling you this. If when that happens, it's sometimes hard to just get out of the hole and then walk a little bit and then run. It can be hard. Sometimes you may feel resentful because of this self-criticism. Now there is another friend, the self-esteem friend. The self-esteem friend will tell you, well, you did fall in this hole, but that's okay. You are still very capable, you're still very good. Look at this other person. This other person, in fact, falls in the hole all the time. I'm better than that person anyway. And when they get out of the hole, they may, in fact, if somebody is telling them to be careful or if somebody is criticizing them, they may get angry. They may get aggravated. If they run, it may be out of that anger or out of proving it to the rest of the world that they are not as bad as falling in the hole. Then there's self-compassion. Self-compassion, what it will do is it's your friend. It will help you to get out of the hole. It will actually help you to walk a little bit. Ouch, it hurts. Oh, that must be really bad. It's not about anybody else, comparing it with anybody else. It's not about getting angry with anybody else. It's about acknowledging that, yeah, this really hurts. And self-compassion can help you a little bit, maybe give their shoulder for a little bit to walk, and then you can start running again. Now, obviously, I'm making a case for self-compassion. Now, this is not just a nice idea, oh, it feels good. It's not like that. Research has been showing consistently that self-compassion, people with self-compassion score higher on resilience scale. They are more resilient. Besides, what I find really cool about self-compassion is that it's not as destructive. It's not narcissistic. Self-esteem crosses border with narcissism. When we say high self-esteem, sometimes that may mean that we become selfish. But self-compassion is also outward looking. It's looking out for people because compassion means just not for the self. It's an attitude that you also have for the outer world. So self-compassion is a more soothing, more friendly feeling. It's making friends with yourself. So it's not just a nice idea, but whenever you are not feeling good about yourself, or whenever maybe somebody insulted you, or maybe you made a stupid mistake, or you regret something that you had done. Now, instead of being busy self-criticizing and pulling yourself down, or instead of proving it to the rest of the world that it wasn't as bad, I'm still a good person, just look at yourself and say, yes, it hurts. Yes, I made a mistake. Yes, whatever it is, I acknowledge it. But I'm human. It's a commonly human thing. And now that it has happened, I can learn from it. I'll help myself to get up. I'm okay. And I can help myself. I can be my own friend, soft and gentle. Now, Dr. Neff, Kristen Neff, has a really nice idea. People any one of us who gets into this kind of a mode, as I said, a bad feeling about themselves, she says that take a self-compassionate break. What does that mean? Before I show it to you, I'm going to get rid of this bottom. Okay, so just put your hand on your heart area, on the chest. Put your hand here on the heart, and press a little bit and experience the warm touch of your own hand. Just pay attention to it and experience it. And then become quiet and slow down. And first acknowledge, yeah, it hurts. It hurts. Whatever has happened, it hurts. Yes, it hurts. Yes, it wasn't a great thing. Yes, it was unpleasant. Had I known it at that time, I would have done it differently, right? Had I known this was going to happen, maybe I could have acted differently. but I'm learning and I'm my own friend and I'm okay. May I be at ease. That's the self compassionate breath. Pay attention to yourself and say, may I be at ease. Be comfortable with who you are, whatever has happened. May I be at ease. It is sort of like a meditation. But once you do self compassionate meditations, it will be easier to take this self compassionate break. And then you can think about what you do about the situation. Something will come to you, a solution will come to you eventually. But first, make friends with yourself. And now, let's get to our self compassion meditation for today. Let's meditate together. Close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths. Now breathe in and breathe out. And pay attention to your breath for some time. And now, in front of your mind's eyes, bring the image of someone who you have loved or still love and appreciate. That person may or may not be alive. This person may or may not be a real one. It may be someone who is from something you have read, something from history or from mythology, or any figure which you love and appreciate. It could be a parent, it could be a child, could be a friend, it could be a grandmother, it could be anybody, that there has been love going from you to this person. You love and appreciate this person. Think about them. And think about the love and appreciation you feel for this person. Feel it in your body. And now, this feeling of love and appreciation that you have in your body, it is for you. Allow that same feeling to be experienced for you by you. Take both your hands, cross them in front of your chest, and put your hands on the opposite upper arms to hug yourself. You're hugging yourself by crossing your arms, lower arms. And when you hug yourself, first pay attention to how both the hands feel on your upper arms, how this hug feels like on your chest. And now the love and appreciation that you feel in your body, see if you can still keep feeling it for yourself. Slow down, experience the love and appreciation, and see if you can feel it for yourself. And now, in front of your mind's eyes, bring the image of someone who you have experienced love, appreciation from. Maybe you have experienced it from your grandmother, it has come to you from her, or one of your parents, or both. Or maybe your child, you have experienced moments of love from your child. Or your teacher, a mentor, love, appreciation. Or a lover, or a wife, or husband, or a partner, or a pet. So think about someone where the love has come to you from them, love and appreciation, a moment of love and appreciation you have experienced coming from them to you. These people may or may not be there in your life anymore. The relationship may or may not be there in your life anymore. But think about the time, a moment where you did feel it coming from them to you. And now allow your body to be filled up with it and hug yourself. Hug yourself with that feeling. You have experienced it at some point or the other in your life. Just think about that experience and see if you can experience it now in your body. soft and gentle, experiencing the love and appreciation. And for me, for myself, hugging, soft and gentle. Soft and gentle, hugging myself. Soft and gentle, hugging myself, experiencing the love and appreciation for myself. May I be at ease. May I be happy. May I experience peace. And now bring your attention back to your breath again. Breathing in and breathing out. Paying attention. And now as you breathe in and breathe out, say this line 3 times. Breathe in, I smile. Breathe out, I'm okay. Breathe in, I smile. Breathe out, I'm okay. Breathe in, I smile. Breathe out, I'm okay. Many of you have emailed me your score. You have also emailed me something where you acted against the idea of self-compassion. You were very hard on yourself. You beat yourself up. or you criticized yourself. But I haven't received a single email where it felt like you deserved it. We don't deserve it. There's some people who have no guilt, no remorse about hurting other people for their own gain. But I didn't find any one of you in that category. And I will talk more about whatever I found in all these emails. And tomorrow, in fact, I'm going to give you specific things about using mindfulness and self compassion for getting where you want to go. We'll get into that. But thank you so much for all your emails. And I have to say, most of you did not score that well on self compassion. Some did, but most of you did not. And I wonder why that is the case. Whatever it is, I also wonder if you could feel the love and appreciation for yourself today. I see a comment. Let me see what the comment is. Is Pam. Okay. Love and appreciation for our eldest son who has been looking after my parents and me during our illness in last few years. Yes. I assume, Pam, you thought about him, the love you feel for him, the love and appreciation you feel for him, and also probably the gratitude. And I hope you were able to turn it around and feel it for yourself too. Uh, Given that what you see in your son is there, I assume there are those qualities in you as well. But a lot of times we don't recognize these qualities in us. Or even if we do, we discount it. And of course, if we are a narcissist, we inflate them. And Eugenia wants to know if it helps with self confidence. Yes, and Eugenia, I did talk about it in the beginning today in this particular session. Our goal is confidence and resilience. And self compassion will increase your confidence because that is your intention. Self compassion doesn't mean you just give yourself permission to do nothing, sit in front of the couch and watch TV the whole day long. That's not what your intention is. Your intention is to take risks. Your intention is to be okay when you take risks. If something doesn't work, to be okay with it. And that's confidence, isn't it? That confidence is not to worry about what if I fail, but to believe in your own competence. And I think that's what you're wondering. Will I believe in my own competence if I have self compassion? What will happen is, if let's say you don't achieve or you don't reach somewhere where you need to, you don't have to criticize yourself. Instead, you will be okay about making friends with yourself. In that sense, you'll be more willing to take risks. And eventually that will generate confidence. That's how I look at it. So confidence doesn't have to come only from self-compassion. It will come by you trying things and certain things work, and then you feel more confident. But in order to try things, you have to know that if something doesn't go right, it's okay. I'm my friend. I don't have to worry. I don't have to worry about failure. So it will lead you to take more risks, good risks. So in that sense, yes, these ideas can be mutually supportive. We have run out of time, and tomorrow I'll talk about it a little bit more, the idea of mindfulness and self-compassion and how you can use it for getting where you want to go. And thank you, all of you, and I'll see you tomorrow.